This young man is wise beyond his years.
Freshman in all, one redshirt and John Bonney. And here's another one of the true freshmen that got the start and impressed. Malik Jefferson.
Good morning, everybody. Good.
Malik, what's the mindset of this team right now, and what are you guys saying to each other to get back to a good place?
You know, it's just a stepping stool for us. The next objective is to move forward and to finish out the season, because we can't go back in time. We can't change that game. And so we know as a unit and as a team, we have to keep moving forward.
Malik, just is it a learning experience, growing pains? Is this something that shocked you and surprised you? And how do you feel about all?
You know, it's a setback. You know, when you look at the end of the day, you have to say, you know, what did we do wrong? That type of deal. And for me as a young guy, you know, had high expectations for everybody. Is when I came to this program, we all wanted to do great things, but I don't think this determines who we are and what we're going to be in the future. So I'm still really excited about what this team can be.
You and some of your freshman teammates seemed especially resilient after this loss when I saw you guys. Did you guys have a meeting on your own after this loss to talk about the attitude and the approach moving forward?
We have meetings all the time, actually. So, yes, but we did have a very good meeting. And I just told those guys, whenever it's your turn, you got to step up to the plate. No matter what, you're not a freshman anymore. You're a Texas Longhorn playing the same field as everybody else.
Charlie said you guys have to start over now. How do you start over 1 week into the season and after all the offseason work you put in? What does starting over mean to you?
In our situation, I believe it's taking a step back, everybody realizing what they can do now. This doesn't identify us as a team, and we all know that. That's what Coach Strong means by starting over. And you know, all the hard work we had through off-season, stuff like that, it was most frustrating because we prepared for that game really well and just didn't execute. So at the end of the day, now it's all about execution and being prepared for the next game.
Malik, you talk about starting over as a team. I know you weren't here last year, obviously, but do you get any sense from some of the guys that were of, you know, oh no, here we go again, we've seen this happen before? Do you feel like everybody is still, you know, engaged and confident?
I feel like everybody's still engaged, confident. I think a lot of the outside people think that that's our perspective, that we aren't engaged and we're not trying to move forward from what we did last year. But, you know, I think as a team attitude, I think that's what everybody's looking forward to, is the next game and trying to get the season back on track.
Charlie also said that for 18, 19, 20, 21-year-olds, that after a game, a couple hours after the game, you're over it, you're not really thinking about it anymore, you're on to, you know, the rest of your life. And for coaches, it really burns. For you, does it burn? I mean, does it really stick with you as you move forward, or are you able to kind of get over it and kind of move on?
It does burn, because you go back and you look at all the little things you could fix, and throughout the game that you knew you could do, but you didn't do it. It's just little stuff that really eats you up inside. And of course, you're going to want to get better from it. And, you know, the coaches may feel like it burns them, but it actually burns us too, because we feel this type of way, especially since last season, trying to move forward from that.
Can you just describe what you think your emotions will be like running out of that tunnel at historic Royal Texas Memorial Stadium on Saturday for the 2015 home opener?
I think it would be pretty cool to be in my home crowd. You know, last week we weren't, but this week we're back at home and we're ready to play and put a show on for our school.
You and 4 other freshmen got the start against Notre Dame. How do you think you guys responded to that challenge?
I think a lot of us came out there a little nervous. A lot of us were very excited that we kind of lost our responsibilities. I was a victim of that. And I just know now that any other freshman that steps up to the plate, they'll be ready. There's no more of the young excuses anymore.
Speaking of the freshman league, do you guys want to play even more? And you talk about meeting as a group. How much of an influence can you guys have on this team when you are just freshmen?
That's what we came for. That was our purpose, to be an impact. And the older guys know that, and they respect that. So when it's our turn to step up to the plate, we have to, and those guys know that from now on, because as you can see, people getting hurt left and right. There's got to be somebody in place for that.
Anything else from Lee?
There's obviously so much attention on you and everything that you did in your first game, but what did you think of Peter and how well he played?
Oh, he played very well. He was right there when he needed to be to fit gaps. Whenever I looked at him right, he was majority of the time he was in his spot. So I feel really comfortable about the guys inside with me. So other than that, he's still a great player.
Coach Strong didn't have a lot of positives to talk about today, but you were one of them. How do you get everybody else to play like you did?
I think it just comes from energy. And when I was out there, I wanted everybody to get hype. I wanted everybody to get excited. People look like they had their heads down, and that's the attitude you don't need to have when you're on the field. And so I think if all the guys in the future games, when we have future games like that where we're just down, it's all about keeping that high energy. And, you know, it starts with the defense. That's facts. At the end of the day, defense wins championships, and that's what it comes down to.
What does it look like to step up? You keep saying the freshmen need to step up when it's their time. What does that look like?
I give you an example. Last game, I went out there and tried to play my hardest. I tried to give 100% every play, and they know that. If they mess up on their assignment, just go 100%. That's what Coach says all the time. Go 100%, go hard. And so those guys are going to be really confident coming into next week. They're really excited because the ones who did get a taste of the field last week, when I talked to them, they were like, it's not that bad. So I really think they're going to be fine.
Thanks, Malik.
Thank y'all.
Malik Jefferson, well poised on the field and in front of the cameras.